Hello, Primary 5. Hope you're all pretty fine. Today we have chapter 13 of our story Treasure Island, A Prisoner of the Enemy. But before we start the chapter, we must remember what happened at the end of the previous chapter. Try to remember what happened. Yes, excellent. Jim Hawkins reached the stockade and he found something very strange. What was it? Yes, the lightened fire that was not from the habits of the honest men, and the darkness everywhere, and quiet was everywhere. Excellent you are. Now, while reading the chapter, I want you to think for the answers of these questions. What is meant by a bargain? Try to predict what was the bargain. There will be a bargain. Jim confessed. To confess, to say what you have already done. And threatened, discuss. What was the confession and what was the threatening? Silver was threatening and frightening Jim in an indirect way. Explain this very well. Silver warned Jim, but he was his lifesaver as well. So although he was warning him, he saved Jim's life. Clarify, say what happened here. Silver got the black spot. Oh my God, yes. Yes, guys, in the events of the chapter, Silver will get the black spot. Justify, as we said, justify means say the reason, say why. Okay. Silver threw the map, Silver threw the map. Silver threw the map on the floor and the pirates jumped on it like cats upon a mouse. What does this show? When I say that something was like something or something as something, this is called simile. It comes from the word similarity. I'm going to say that something is similar to something. So when the pirates jumped on the map, they were similar to cats upon a mouse. This is called simile, okay? Dr. Livesey blamed Jim. Justify, say why, say the reason. And at last, the doctor offered Silver a chance. What was this chance and why did he offer him the chance? Now, these are the main points of the chapter that when you focus, you can understand the chapter very well. Let's go and read the chapter together. Chapter 13, A Prisoner of the Enemy. Somebody brought a light and I saw the inside of the house. 5 pirates were on their feet and another man was lying down with a head wound. But my heart became filled with fear when I saw no prisoners. Were my friends all dead? Here is Jim Hawkins, said Silver. How friendly of you to visit us, Jim. Where are my friends? I asked. Silver answered in a smooth voice, Yesterday morning, Dr. Livesey came down with a white flag. Captain Silver, he said, you have lost. The ship's gone. We looked out and by thunder, the ship had gone. Let's bargain. Okay, guys, so what's the meaning of bargain here? Let's bargain means yes, let's make a deal. Let's have an agreement together. So bargain means a deal or an agreement. Let's continue. Let's bargain, said the doctor. So we bargained, and here we are in the house. And your friends, they walked off and I don't know where they are. And now, are you going to join us, Jim? So guys, what was happening here? Yes, Jim Hawkins entered the stockade and he found pirates everywhere. He didn't find his friends. He was surprised. He was asking or wondering if they were all dead. But Silver was welcoming him, and he told him that he had a bargain, especially when they saw that the Hispaniola was not seen anymore. So they offered a bargain to Dr. Livesey. So there was a bargain or an agreement or a deal between Dr. Livesey and his team and Long John Silver and the pirates. So they bargained or they agreed together, and here they are. They are now in the stockade, and the honest men, all of them, left the stockade safely. Let's see what happened after that. You are in trouble, I said. Ship lost, treasure lost, men lost. And if you want to know who did it, it was me. I was in the apple barrel the night we saw the island, and I heard every word you said. And the ship? It was me who cut her ropes and killed the men aboard her. And it's me who sailed her to a place where you will never find her. Kill me if you like, but if you let me live, I'll do what I can to save you when you are arrested and brought to trial for piracy. So Jim here was confessing what he did. He said that he was the one who took the ship. He was the one who killed the pirates on board the ship. He was the one who put the Hispaniola in a way that Long John Silver couldn't know where it is. And he told Long John Silver, kill me if you want, but I promise you, if you won't kill me and if you let me live, I will cooperate with you to save your life when you get arrested and brought to trial for piracy. What's the meaning of piracy? It's the action of being a criminal, a sea criminal, being a pirate, the robbers, okay? To rob or to steal or to make crimes in the sea. This is called piracy, the action of being a pirate or a sea criminal. Let's go back to the story. One man swore and jumped forward with his knife. Get back there, cried Silver. Did you think you are captain here, Tom Morgan? Well, there's never been a man who stand against me and see another day. Angry whispers came from the other men. Did any of you gentlemen want to argue with me? Shouted Silver. Well, I'm ready. Let him take a knife and I'll see the color of his inside. So here, when one of the pirates, who was Tom Morgan, going to attack, what happened? Long John Silver stopped him, and he told him, no one is the captain here anymore. I am the captain. And if anyone wants to argue, take your knife and come and fight with me, and I will let you see your color from inside. This means the color of? Yes, the color of blood. Color from inside the body is blood. Okay. Let's go back. Not a man answered. I listened to my heart beating. Silver waited calmly, his pipe in his mouth, as he watched his followers. Slowly, they got together at the far end of the house and whispered to each other. You seem to have a lot to say, said Silver. Let me hear it or stop talking. Well, go outside and talk, replied one man. And he stepped calmly towards the door and disappeared out of the house. One after another, the rest of the men did the same. They're going to kill you, Jim, said Silver, when the two of us were alone. And they're going to stop me. And they're going to stop me being their captain. When I looked into that bay and saw the ship was gone, I knew it was all over. Now I will save your life if I can. But it must be a bargain. You must save Long John from dying under the law. I'll do what I can, I told him. There's trouble coming, Jim, he said. And talking of trouble, why did the doctor give me the map? I stared at him in great surprise. Why indeed? Well, he did. Silver went on. And that's strange. The doctor opened and the 5 pirates came in. They pushed one man forward and gave something to Silver. So here, Long John's, the pirates were angry and they kept whispering by the window, and then they went out to talk together because Silver doesn't want anyone to argue with him. After that, Silver told Tom there must be a bargain, especially that Dr. Lindsay gave me the map. So we must bargain together. We are going to make an agreement with you, Jim. Jim agreed that he will save, as much as he can, of course, he will save Long John from dying under the law. After that, the pirates came in, and the pirate, one of them, moved forward and gave Long John Silver something. Do you remember in the question, in the while reading question? What was it? Try to predict. What is this? Yes, they gave Long John Silver the black spot. This means they are threatening him that the end is very soon. Let's go back to the story. The sea cook looked at what the man had given him. The black spot, he said. He turned the paper over. What's this? No longer, Captain. You're becoming quite a leading man in this crew. George Mary, you will be captain next, I suppose. But tell me what's wrong. I'll tell you what's wrong, said George. First, you made too many mistakes on this trip. Second, you let the enemy out of this trap for nothing. And then there's this boy. Is that all? Asked Silver quietly. It's enough, replied George. Well, I'll answer you, said Silver. You all know what I wanted, but you wouldn't listen. Would you? In my plan would be on the Hispaniola now. Every dead man alive and the treasure on ship. By thunder. Next, this boy. Well, we'll use him to bargain with. He might be our last chance. And the doctor. You have been glad enough to have a doctor coming to see you every day. You, John, with your head broken. Or you, George, sick and shaking with fever only a few hours ago. I made a bargain. That's why I let them go. He threw a piece of paper on the floor. It was the map with the 3 crosses. The pirates jumped on it like cats upon a mouse. Very pretty, said George, but how are we going to get away with the treasure when we have no ship? Let's stop here. So, what happened? After threatening Long John Silver and telling him that the end is very soon, and they gave him the black spot, there was a pirate called George Mary. He told Long John Silver that he had done too many mistakes. What are these mistakes? That he left the ship and they lost it, and they lost the treasure, and he set the enemies free, and now he's going to have a bargain with this young Jim Hawkins. So Long John Silver confessed doing this, but he had an answer. He told them, I know that I did all this, but now we have a bargain with Jim. And Jim is our last chance to save ourselves. So they asked him about Dr. Livesey. And why did you bargain with Dr. Livesey? He told them because it's very good thing to have a doctor looking after you. You are wounded and the others are sick and the others have fever. They are shaking, so we have a doctor to check on us. Let's continue. The pirates jumped on it like cats upon a mouse. Very pretty, said George, but how are we going to get away with the treasure when we have no ship? You tell me, George, shouted Silver. You and the others lost the ship. I found the treasure, but I will not be your captain any longer. Silver for captain, shouted the pirates. Silver for captain! The pirates kept shouting. After a moment, the sea cook smiled. George, he said, I think you will have to wait a while before you get another chance to be captain. Early in the morning, Dr. Livesey came to the stockade. We have a surprise for you, Doctor, Silver called out. We have a little stranger here. The doctor was now inside the stockade. Not Jim. The very same Jim, said Silver. The doctor stopped. Well, well, he said. Then he went on. Let's see these sick men of yours, Silver. So what happened here? Long John Silver promised his men that he will have a bargain with Jim Hawkins and with Dr. Livesey, and they will get the map. But when he threw the map on the floor, how did the other pirates act? Yes, they acted like cats on a mouse. They were very foolish, very stupid, rushing matters, and acting in a very bad way. So he told them, I am no longer your captain, and now you have the map. Go and look for the treasure. After that, in the early morning, came Dr. Livesey. But why do you think Dr. Livesey came to the stockade? Did he know that Jim Hawkins is there? No, of course he doesn't know that Jim Hawkins is there. Huh? So why did he go? Excellent. He went to check on the wounded people in the stockade. And this was a part of the bargain. When Dr. Livesey reached the stockade and he stepped in, Long John Silver told him, we have a surprise for you. And he expected to see Jim Hawkins inside. But he decided to check on the patients first before talking to Jim Hawkins. What does this show about Dr. Livesey? Yes, excellent. This shows that he is a responsible, wise man. Very good. Let's continue. A moment afterwards, he entered the house with one look at me. He went to his work among the sick. Well, that's done, he said, after visiting each man. And now I'd like to talk to that boy, please. No, cried George Mary. Silence, shouted Silver. Hawkins, he went on his usual voice. Will you promise not to escape? I gave the promise. Then, Doctor, said Silver, you just step outside the stockade, and when you are there, I will bring the boy down on the inside. You can talk through the fence. So what happened here? After checking on the patients, Dr. Livesey asked to talk to Jim. But what happened? George Mary said no. Who stopped him? Long John Silver. Long John Silver is a strong, controlling pirate. So he stopped him, and he took a promise from Jim Hawkins not to escape. Also, he told Dr. Livesey to step outside the stockade, and after he will step out, he will take Jim Hawkins with him out to talk to Dr. Livesey, but through the fence. Let's continue. By thunder, he cried, we'll break the peace when the right time comes, and that's not now. And then he walked out on his crutch, his hand on my shoulder. Slowly, boy, he whispered to me, we don't want to worry them. Dr. Livesey was waiting outside the stockade. The boy will tell you how I saved his life, Silver said through the fence. Will you say a good word for me? You are not afraid, John, are you? Asked Dr. Livesey. I don't like the idea of dying by the law, said Silver. And now I leave you and Jim alone. So, Jim, said the doctor, here you are. I am disappointed in you. You went away when Captain Smollett was wounded, which wasn't a brave thing to do. So now, let's explain what was happening, guys. Dr. Livesey was talking to Jim through the fence, and Long John Silver told him, I saved Jim's life. Tell him, Jim, and say something good about me. So the doctor was blaming Jim Hawkins for leaving and for deserting the stockade. He told him, I felt disappointed in you. Why did Dr. Livesey feel disappointed? Because Jim Hawkins deserted the stockade, especially when Captain Smollett was wounded, which wasn't a brave thing to do. That's why he was blaming him. Let's continue. Doctor, I cried. I have blamed myself enough. Jim, said the doctor. His voice changed. Jim, I can't have this. Jump over and we will run. No, I said. I promised Silver I wouldn't escape. And I must go back. But listen, I took the ship and she's in North Inlet on the beach. The ship? Cried the doctor. I told him my story and he listened in silence. Then he said, it's you that saves our lives, Jim. And now we will save yours. Silver, he called. Then as the cook came near, said, some advice, don't hurry to find that treasure. If you do, watch out for storms. What's the game, doctor? Said Silver. Why did you give me the map? I can't say more, said the doctor. It's not my secret to tell. But if we both get out of this alive, Silver, I'll do my best to save you. Now, keep the boy close beside you, and when you need help, shout for it. Then Dr. Livesey hurried off into the woods. That was the last chapter, and it was the end. Hope you can understood every single word easily. Now let's go to answer the questions orally in our story booklet, and as usual, you will find the answers written on the e-school. Thank you, guys. Now, guys, open the story booklet, page 60. Exercise A, choose the correct answer. Number 1, Jim's heart was filled with when he saw no prisoners in the house. Of course, was felt with fear. 1B. When Silver's men knew that everything was lost, they excellent, planned to kill Jim. Very good. Number 3. When Dr. Livesey and Silver bargained, the doctor gave Silver the, very nice, the map. 3B. Dr. Livesey came to the house back again to, very good, to visit the sick. Excellent. So he was coming at the beginning to visit the sick people as was said in the bargain with Long John Silver. 4b. 5. At the end of the chapter, Dr. Livesey, yes, excellent, warned Silver of the storms. Let's move to exercise B. Answer the following questions. Why weren't Jim's friends in the house? Why do you think? Yes, excellent. Because Dr. Livesey bargained with Silver and gave him the map, so the honest men left the stockade safely. Excellent. That's why they were not in the house. They left safely. Number 2. Ship lost, treasure lost, men lost. And if you want to know who did it, it was me. Comment. Huh? Comment means who, said to whom, in which place, and what happened. Supers. Jim Hawkins said to Silver, buy the stockade, when Silver asked Jim to join them. Very good. The third question. Captain Silver's men acted in a different attitude. Explain showing Silver's reaction. What did the men do at the beginning? Yes, they had many reactions. First, they stood trying to kill Jim, and Silver was able to stop them and keep the situation under control. Next, they gave him the black spot. George Mary gave him the black spot, and they threatened Long John Silver. And he confessed all his mistakes and bargained with Jim and the doctor after he threw the map on the floor. Number 4. Did Dr. Livesey really give Silver the map? Show your opinion. What do you think about Dr. Livesey, guys? Try to remember what were Dr. Livesey's character traits, as we said at the beginning. Yes. So Dr. Livesey gave him the map, but Dr. Livesey is a wise, trustworthy, smart person. So he knows well what he is doing. Very good. Number 5. The pirates jumped on it like cats upon a mouse. What does it refer to? What did they jump on? Yes, of course, they jumped on the map. So it referred to the map. Okay. The use of simile. Do you remember? I explained that the simile is coming from the word similar when I say that something is similar to something. So they were like cats upon a mouse. It shows that they were too much pirates on one map, and they are aggressive and stupid and foolish at the same time. Number 6. Dr. Livesey was disappointed in Jim, then he felt grateful to him. Explain. What happened when Jim explained the situation and he explained to Dr. Livesey? What did he do? Supers, excellent. Dr. Livesey felt disappointed and he blamed Jim for deserting the stockade, especially that he knows that the captain was wounded. And when he knew that Jim Hawkins saved their lives and that he put the Hispaniola in a secret place, he appreciated him and he felt grateful that Jim Hawkins saved their life. Don't hurry to find the treasure. If you do, watch out for storms. Comment. Who said this? Yes, excellent you are. Dr. Livesey said these words to whom? Supers, to Long John Silver. In which place? through the fence, by the stockade. Very good. When what happened? After Dr. Lives's talk with Jim Hawkins. Very nice. This is the end of the questions. Now let's discuss the meanings of the words. As we explained, what's the meaning of bargain? Excellent. Agreement or deal. What's the meaning of piracy? Very good you are. To practice or to act, attacking and robbing ships at sea. It's the action of being a pirate. Very nice. What's the meaning of the last word, bay? It's a broad or a very big, large, wide area of a sea where the land curves. It makes a curve inwards. Very good. Thanks for everything. This was the end of the chapter. Hope you can understood every single detail. See you next time. Bye-bye.